Okay, I can start the session. Over to Anusha.
A warm welcome to all. I'm Anusha, GDSC's Head of Operation. Pleasurely welcome you all to the second session of the Kotlin. In first session, we covered about the basis and intermediate concepts in Kotlin. Now, we would learn to build a fully functional Android app and to also add a note on XML topics to design a front end of the Android app. I led over the session to the speakers, Mr. Kritik and Mr. Tamil Kannan. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Android Study Jams session 2. So, I'm Kirtik, and today I will be joining with Tamil Kannan, who is our Flutter lead at SKCT, to bring you the session on Android Study Jams. So, let me take you through the sessions that we are doing it today. So, let us see the today's agenda. So, the first thing is I'm going to walk you through how to install Android Studio on your desktop. It's going to be a step-by-step procedure, so you can cleanly install Android Studio on your device. The second thing I'm going to do is take you through the basics of Android Studio. So I'll be teaching you how to work with Android Studio. That's the second part of our event. So the third thing will be done by Mr. Tamil Kannan. So he will be explaining you the basics of a mobile application so that you can code. The last thing, he's gonna show you a way to code a simple app. So that's going to be really helpful. So you can learn a lot of stuff today. So let us dive into the event. So what is Android Studio? So basically, Android Studio is an IDE. So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So in integrated development environment, you can code multiple languages and it compiles it for you. So you can use various resources and other lot of packages and a lot of files to make a single app. That's the use of an integrated development environment. So Android Studio is the official integrated development environment for Android development, and it is built on JetBrains IntelliJ. So if you know IntelliJ, it's used for compiling IDE for various languages such as Java, Kotlin, and C++, etc. So actually, Android Studio is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux-based operating systems. So yeah, so let me take you through the features of Android Studio. So yeah, the Android Studio is based on Gradle built support. So if you ask me what is a Gradle is a built automation tool that compiles app resources and source code and packages them into APKs that you can install on your phone. So if you take any app in the Play Store, it's going to be of the format of APK or an XAPK file. So Gradle is the one that builds the APK file for your project. So that's the use of Gradle here. So the second feature of Android Studio is that it provides a rich layout editor that you can easily use to design your layout of your app. The thing is, you can easily design without the code. It automatically writes the code for you if you do it in your design editor. So the next one is it supports a various databases. So it also has an integration with the Firebase cloud messaging. So you can do a lot of messaging stuff and pretty easy in Android Studio. The third thing is it also provides an Android virtual device, which is also known as an emulator. So you actually do not need a physical device to run all your applications and see the outcome. You just need an emulator that will run an Android device right on your desktop. Then yeah, that's the use of emulator. So yeah, so let me take you through the steps to install Android Studio on your device. So before installing Android Studio, you should have the prerequisites so that you can install it. The first thing is that you should have a 64-bit operating system. So if you don't know whether you have a 64-bit or 32-bit, you can just simply check it on Windows properties. It will show that it's a 64-bit operating or 32-bit operating system. So once you have that, you need Java installed on your system. So if you want to check whether Java is installed on your system, just simply go to command prompt and then type Java space -version. So if you have installed, it's going to show you the version that you have installed. If the Java is not installed or it's not installed properly, it's going to show you that the command is not found in the computer. So this is how you check whether Java is installed on your device. So once you have done that, you can go to once you have done that, you can go on to downloading Android Studio. So let me show you how to download Android Studio. So the basic thing is just go to your browser and just search for Android Studio, and you'll get a lot of links. Click the first one, you'll be taken here. So this is the official page for Android Studio, and you can see that it's going to show you a download button. Just click on it and wait, and it will download the Android Studio for you. Once you have downloaded and that, go to the file location and then just double click on it. So it's going to take you to this setup. So this setup is the Android Studio setup. So the first step is just simply click next. So once you click next, it's going to ask the components which you want to install. So here it asks the install, like it asks Android Studio and Android virtual device, which is the emulator, which we need obviously. So we're going to give it a tick and then click next, and then it's going to show you where you want to install this file. So you can select whatever location you want and then select next. So after you select next, the installation process will carry on, and then it will take a while. So after the installation is finished, you will be ending up in this screen. So click on checkbox start Android Studio and then click on finish. So once you've done that, you'll be getting this screen. So this is another installation you have to do once after installing the first installation. So the next thing you want to press is simply press next. So here it will ask what type of setup you want to do for Android Studio. So we are beginners, right? So we can simply put on standard and then click on next. So the next thing it asks for UI theme. Here you can just simply select your favorite UI. You can either go with the dark mode kind of UI, which is a Dracula, and then light mode kind of UI, which is light. So these can be later changed in the settings. So never mind, and you can press next. So the next thing is going to show you is all the files and all the supportive packages that it needs to be installed to run Android Studio on your device. So once you see, it's going to list out all the things that has to be installed, and then ask you for your permission to install it. So once you click on finish, it's going to install, download and install all the things that is listed in this list, and it's going to take a while. Once this is completed, you have completed your Android Studio installation. So yeah, once your Android Studio has been successfully installed and you opened it, it's going to show you a window like this. Here you can see various options such as start a new Android Studio project, open an existing project, and other stuff. So these are stuff that are advanced. So we will focus on starting a new project. So once you start a new project, it will ask for templates that you want to choose, such as empty activity and other templates to choose from. You can choose any of your already built-in templates for an easy application. So once you have selected that, it will take you through the code editor. So yeah, so this is the basic installation of Android Studio. So let me explain what are the elements in Android Studio and how it works. So these are the four main things that is present in Android Studio. The first one is the main window. So let me quickly show you here. So this is how an Android Studio looks like, and you can see various stuff here. So the first one is the menu bar. This is the basic menu bar. You have everything. So you have file, edit, view, and other stuff in the menu bar. The next one is the toolbar. Here is the thing you can run your code, debug your code, and you also have your emulator management here. So the main part of the screen is given by code editor window, and in the top of the code editor window, you can see that there's like a browser like stuff. That is the file which you are opened. So you can actually open multiple files on Android Studio and view them parallelly. So this is the feature of every IDE, as you know. So on your left, you will see the project window. This gives an hierarchy of your files that you have stored in your project. And yeah, that's the basic of an Android Studio. This is how an Android Studio looks. So let us go to see other stuff. So once you click on file, you get a plethora of options, like new stands for creating a new object or a new file, and open is like open already existing file or a project. And you can also select open recent. So this is the basic functionality you get with file. And you also get the settings for the Android Studio, which I will show you later in this session. So yeah, the next thing you got to see is XML editor. So if you take an Android app, there will be two parts. The one is the UI, which is displayed to the user. So in order to edit UI, you need XML language, and this is the overview of XML language. And if you click on design, it will show the XML language that you have typed in terms of user interface. So for example, this is the example. So that code before, this code, it has been transformed and given an output like this. So this is the simplicity of Android Studio. So in order to add an UI element, you never need to code. You just simply drag and drop stuff from the left side of the palette and drop it in your UI. It automatically codes the files for you. So it's very simple here. So this is the toolbar that I discussed before. So the first button the first button is the play button, and the play button runs your code actually. So the next one is the debug option. So this option allows you to debug any issues that you have in your code and provide you with a solution to change. So the third one is, we call them as AVD and SDK manager. So these two belongs to emulators. You can install various emulators through these options. So these are the basics of Android Studio. So let me actually open a project in Android Studio and show you. So yeah, this is how Android Studio looks like as I show in the slides. So here comes the file manager. So you can see my app. So if you click drop down here, you can see all the files that is stored in this project. And you click on Java, you get all the files inside Java. So here you have the main activity. Like if you see main activity, it's like the main function of every program. When the app is built and run, this main activity is going to run. So this is kind of the back end of the code. So if you want to see the UI, as I told, it is written in a language called XML, which stands for Extensible Markup Language. And this language starts with tags and stuff. So this will be explained by Tamil Kannan in detail. So this is the basic overview of an XML view. So this view is translated to this design. So this is basically it. So if you want to add a button or something like that, you never need to code here. You can just simply go on to design and just drag drop a button. So yeah, see, we have drag drop a button. So once you can see in code, it's gonna automatically load the button for you. So this is the use of XML file and design in Android Studio. So yeah, and then you can also go on the left, you have resource manager. This is where you can store all your resources for your project, such as images, files, and a lot of stuff. So this is the project resource manager. So yeah, this is the basics of Android Studio. So hope this helps you. Now I'm gonna transfer the session to Tamil Kannan to teach you the basics of Android Studio and help you build a simple application today. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kritik. Good morning, all. Myself, I'm Tamil Kannan. Now I'm going to resume the session with hands-on on building an application, simple Android application. So before getting into the practical session, I'm having some PPT for showing you. So for basic stuff, for basic theory stuff. So for this entire session, I'm gonna take WhatsApp as an example. So kindly open WhatsApp. So kindly compare what I'm saying with the WhatsApp application, right? So I hope all have opened your WhatsApp application. So in the WhatsApp application, you can see the name of the application like WhatsApp on the top right, on the top left corner, and you have a search icon on the right, and you have a three dotted icon on the rightmost corner. So the place the app name and the icon and search icon and the three dots kept is known as app bar. So we have to know about app components. So what are the components of an application? So there are various components. An application consists of various widgets or various components that work together to make the application work successfully and efficiently. So for this, the top part is known as app bar, and you can see chats, status, calls. You can see three tabs. So it is named as tab view, right? You can switch over any tab, like scroll by like swiping from right to left. You can view all those categories like chats, status, and calls what you have made. All those known as tab view, and you can see some various list of chats you have made with your friends, whatever chats like chat 1, chat 2, chat 3, and it is known as list view. So this is the components of an Android application. So an application consists of each and every part is a component. So it is a combination of components. So we can also say it as activities, services, broadcast receivers, and content providers. So what are activities? What you see on your device is an activity. So if you open a chat, if you switch over to the chat tab, it is a chat activity. If you switch over to status tab, it is a status activity. So whatever pages you see on an application, it can be named as an activity. So what are services? So services are things like you may receive a message, you may receive a notification, like your friend may send you a message. You will be receiving an notification. So it is a notification service. A service is a thing which runs on your background, which continuously monitors whatever things is needed for the application, and it works on that application. So the next is broadcast receivers. So what are broadcast receivers is I think everyone know what is a broadcast. We are telecasting it to some large number of community. So we are receiving it. If another application is sending a request, if WhatsApp is receiving it, it is a broadcast receiver. So content providers are things like we need to access your storage for taking your photos or taking cameras and images, music, anything. So that requires content providers. So it provides some access to the storage contents. So these are the components, basic components of an application. You can easily make it workful by using the WhatsApp as an example. So the next is activity. So as I said, whatever screen or whatever thing, you can simply I can simply think it as a page. For if you take a note, you have lot number of pages. So each page is an activity. Like an application cannot only have a single page. It may contain various number of pages. So an application can contain a settings portion, and home portion, or a login portion, or it contains many kind of application based on its necessary. Like you can also take YouTube. You can see subscriptions. You can see settings. You can see what's latest, homes, trending. All those are activities. So whatever things you see on your device is as a page, it is an activity. So as you know, as a basic thing, if you learn Java or any language like it, a program starts from main function. So it is a nomenclature that main function is the starting point of every application we are using it. So as it is also, it is available in Android like main activity. So whenever you create an application, whenever you create a new simple project, you can see a main activity as a default activity being created already by the Android IDE. So that's why we are using Android IDE as for developing applications using Kotlin or Java. So that is what activity is. If you have any doubts regarding this Android development, you can use the chat also. You can clarify your doubts also, so everyone can learn. So main activity. So main activity is the Java or Kotlin file. Here we are taking it as a Kotlin file. So the extension of a Kotlin file is .kt. KT stands for Kotlin, right? So main activity .kt. Like this is a sample code that is being automatically generated when you create a new simple Android application. So here comes the package. We have named it as com.skct.events. Have you all noticed that when you are opening Google Meet, you can see the URL as meet.google.com. So anyone have wondered what is the meaning for meet.google.com? So Meet is the name of the application, and Google is the company which owns it. And com stands for some commercial stuff. So that's why we can name our application. So a package is a unique identity for application. You can go through the Google Play Store. Like there are many kind of applications with the same name. If you search for Instagram, you can see many applications with the same name. Like WhatsApp status saver, you can see same name, same logo. You can see lot of applications. So how will your Android device will differentiate with those applications is by using this package ID. We can say it as package ID. So what is the package ID is com.skct.events. Com stands for whether you're commercial, like for websites .in, .com. That is your own need. And the second portion comes for your company name, like we are using SKCT here. And the third portion stands for your application name. You can also add some more dots, and you can add some more content as you need, like events.test, event.final. As whatever you think, you can add also. And next comes the import portion. Like this is the portion where we import our application. So needed libraries. We are using Android X here, which is the latest library being used for developing Kotlin-based Android applications. And we are using Android OS bundle. That these things all will be handled by your IDE, so you don't need to worry of it. So and here comes the main class. So I think everyone know what is a class, and here we are using an inheritance concept here. So I'm not going deep into the theory. So just imagine it's a main class. The name of the class is main activity, and we are extending the class to an app compact activity. So app compact activity is responsible for making your application look like an Android application. So there are many designs. I think everyone are using your Windows operating system in your laptops or computers, and Android operating system in your mobile device or iOS device. So every operating system has its unique material, like unique interface. Like your Android device has a new look, and your Windows device has a new look, and your iOS device has a different look. So every company or every operating system follows its unique interface pattern. So for now, Android is using Material UI. So Material is their own language like UI language pattern. So for making that UI language pattern accessible, we are using this app compact activity. This app compact activity contains your app bar, tab view, and your list view. Everything what you need to create an application components are available in this app compact activity. So and here I'm overriding the on create function. So on create, as the name says, when you're opening the application. So as in our lower classes, we have learned the life cycle of a butterfly. I think everyone know what is the life cycle of butterfly. The egg, pupa stage, and it comes to a butterfly, a larva, pupa, and a butterfly. So as of the life cycle of butterfly, there is a life cycle for an activity also. An activity will be created, an activity will be running, an activity will be destroyed, an activity will be closed. So there are many kinds of life cycle of an Android project, like Android activity. So we are managing for on create. So on create means when you open your application, this function will be called. When you click the icon of your application, this function will be called immediately. So here we are overriding with saved instance state bundle. So this saved instance state bundle means, like if you are playing your PUBG game, say if you are playing a PUBG or Free Fire game, you can see when you you have an immediate call. You have a call right now. You are attending the call. Immediately the application will be get passed. If after speaking the call, after ending of the call, you can, if you resume the game, you will get the game as usual being resumed without without changing that points, or without changing that anything like life, anything. So that is taken care by this save the instant state bundle. So I'll be showing elaborating it in the later session. So now super dot on create stands for on create. Super dot on create means it will call the on create method which already been initialized, and set content view. Set content view is the main thing. So we have a different, as Kritik said, we have two types of coding in Android development, like XML coding and Kotlin coding. So XML, like extended markable language, stands is responsible for your UI. So what you see is being designed by XML code. So and what operations are being done by this UI is managed by this main activity dot Kotlin. So how will you merge these two languages? Like that is an XML language, this is a Kotlin language. How will you able to merge this by using this set content view? So we are setting the view for this content as r.layout.activity main. I'll say what is r.layout.activity main in this practical workshop. So let me fastly skip this slides and get into the practical session. So this is what XML, extensible markup language. So by using this XML code, we are designing the application. We are designing the front end of an Android application. So for now, here we have an we use tags. Everyone know what is a tag? Like we use HTML. We have used HTML for designing web pages, right? So same as like that, we have tags in XML also. Those are very easy to implement. So let me show you how to do that. And next is this is the basic syntax of that XML. So here comes the text view, and we have some properties. These are the properties of that text view. Like Android, like we have an Android property which has a layout width, layout height, text, and layout constraint. I'll be saying what are these things. And here layout width stands for how many pixels the object, the component has to be expanded, and how much pixels has the object has to be have the height, right? So wrap content means it will be changing its width and height according to the size of the content. Like if you take WhatsApp application as an example again, you can see that chats, you can see the words chats. So that word chat is a text view, right? The word chats is a text view. That text view and things combine to form a tab view. So this is the text. Here the text property stands for what the text to be visible. Like if you type hello world, it will print hello world. If you type some other name, it will print as it is. So this is the thing. And next is the XML code in design. So XML code, how we can see, we can visibly design, we can drag and drop and design the XML code in Android Studio. I will be seeing it in this session. And run your code. How to run this code? If we have created a code, we have designed an application, we just completed coding our application. How can we run our device? And how can we test our application? By using, there are two options and two methods for running your application. The first thing is by using Android Emulator. So Android Emulator is a virtual operating system based it's an application which simulates the Android OS in your Windows operating system. So you can see, everyone know about Android emulator means BlueStacks. I think everyone know what is a BlueStacks. It's an application for running Android games in your Windows PC. So same concept is being used for this Android emulator also. But the use case of this Android emulator is to test your applications by running your applications in your Windows operating system. That is that is a more consuming operation, because but for running your Android emulator, you need some more efficient PC. Like you need some higher end graphics, and your RAM has to be increased up to minimum 8 GB is required, and you have a very good processor for handling those two operating systems running on the same device. So that is more consuming your time, and it will make you bored, right? So another efficient and my recommended way is for testing your application is excuse me, is by using your real device. I think everyone have your phones in your hand. You are using your Android device. You are running your Android in your mobile phones. So by using your ADB, Android Development Bridge, Android Debugging Bridge. So by using that ADB application, you can simply run your and test your code in your mobile device by using a data cable. If you are, you can go to your settings and you can see build number. If you press, if you keep on pressing that build number sometimes, you'll be asked for developer options. In the developer options, you can see USB debugging for developer options. So USB debugging is the thing. By using this, you can install any application from your PC. So it is recommended by the hackers. It is recommended by the like security persons to disable it, because if you are charging your device in an like unknown computers, like if you are charging your device in some other your friends or your somebody whom you know is, if you are trying to charge your device by using this USB cable, there will be a chance for some viruses to install in your device. So use this option only if need for developing an Android applications only. So that is dangerous. At the same time, that is very helpful, right? And simply press run the code. You'll be seeing your code output in your device. So that is a more efficient and more helpful way, because you cannot if think for a thing, running two applications on a single device is not efficient like running two operating systems on two different devices. So we have a performance difference, right? So that's why we are recommending using the real device. And this is the Android emulator. When you create an Android emulator, it'll be like this. Everything will be virtual. Like if you open a camera application in your emulator, it will show a virtual house. You can take a snaps of it. Whatever things you can use in your Android device can be done using this emulator, like network coverage, like your position, location, everything. Whatever you can do with your Android device can be also be done with Android emulator. Like if your real device have an fingerprint scanner, you can also use fingerprint scanner in your emulator also. So everything can be done using emulator, but that is highly I mean that makes your PC much slower depending on your PC requirements. Next comes your how to create your virtual device. So creating a virtual device is done by the Android virtual device AVD manager. So I'll be showing how to create it in the practical session. And next is, that's all. Let me show the screen of application. Wait a minute. Yeah, I hope the screen is visible, Android Studio screen. So let me open a new project. Whenever you open an Android Studio, you'll be asked for creating a new project. So I recommend you to select empty activity, because these things contain some other components, right? So this is an empty activity. So going from scratch is good to go. So you can compare this screen like basic activity with your Android application, WhatsApp application, right? So here comes your chat option in your WhatsApp, and here comes your WhatsApp name. Here comes the three dots button and the search bar. So this is how a WhatsApp being displayed in home page. So we don't need that. We are going with an empty activity. If you press next, you can see the name of the application, like whatever name you can add. Like we are creating an events, right? We are creating an event application. You can name it as events. You can see that events, if I change the name, it also being changed in here, package name and save location name and everything. So here last portion comes with the application name, but it is recommended to use lowercase. We cannot use capital EXTEN. If you use it, it is not acceptable, right? So and here comes the name of the company, like let it be SKCT dot events dot. I can also add anything like test dot version 1 dot. I can add any number of dot packages, right? So like, it is recommended to use only 3. It is more than enough. So you need to select the language for developing application. We are going to use Kotlin. You can also use Java for developing an Android application, and minimum SDK. So here SDK stands for Software Development Kit. So let me take an example. If you need to prepare a biryani like food, whatever things you need, if you have all those things for creating a biryani, only you can create that. If a component is missing, how can you create? So the SDK means it provides all the components needed for the development of your application. So here minimum SDK stands for the minimum version of application that the minimum version of Android version that your application is going to support. If I choose Android 5.0 Lollipop, your application will support Lollipop devices. If I'm selecting Android Oreo, your application will support support Oreo, and it don't support Lollipop. So the minimum version from which your application is going to be supported. So on changing this, for currently we have Android 12, right? It's named as yes. And if I choose this, it will run only on Android 12 devices because Android 12 is the minimum version. So it is good to choose always Android Nougat. So because you can see 89% of your devices available in Google Play Store, like will be able to available in the market, will be able to run your application. So and last, leave everything and click finish. If you click finish, you will be ending up with this screen like this. You have some lot of packages, folders, like you can package name. I just used I just created this package already, com.xml.age and here comes the Kotlin file, main activity, and in this resources folder, you can see lots of folders there like drawable and layout and map and values. So I'll explain what are these folders are and what for these are. And here activity main stands for your front end like UI, what you are going to design. So now as a hands-on session, we are going to create a simple age calculator application for voting. Like age calc means we are voting voter age calculator. So I think everyone know what is the age requirement for voting. I think everyone know what is the age requirement of voting. It's 18, like 18 or 18 plus. So we are going to create an application that is going to check whether the entered age is less than 18 or greater than 18 or equal to 18. It will respond to the user accordingly for the given input. Like if the user entered 18, the age as an 18, it will print you are eligible for vote. Or else if the user is entering an age less than 18 like 17, 16, it will show you uh, you cannot vote, you need to wait 2 years for vote. It needs to show the difference also. So we are going to build an application now with very simple components and very easily. You can also make this application on your own also. So let me start it now. So drawable. So our images, like if you have an application, if you have a logo for your application, you can add it here. Like let me show you. If you create if you right click on it and click new and image asset. So here image asset stands for creating an launcher applications. So you can see many devices have different kinds of launcher styles because we are using various kinds of company devices like Samsung, Realme, Oppo, Vivo, many kinds of applications. So those companies follow their own launcher, right? So for designing, for customizing your applications icon for different UI, we are using this launcher icons, adaptive and legacy. So you can choose like images or you can choose cliparts. Like you have a lot of clipart images like back button. See, you have a lot of clip arts being available here, like fingerprint. If your application has a fingerprint and whatever things like Google Translate, see Google Translate icon needed for your application for a complete building it, you can notification off, notification on, active, everything, whatever thing you need this notification off, you can see all this will be created. So, and this is the thing, and you can an image on your own. You can use vector asset. Like I need a back button. I need to use a proceed button. So I need an arrow. I'm going to choose an arrow. See, I have these kinds of arrow. So I'm going to choose this application like this thing, arrow forward. Yeah, you can also make it as go, right? If you need to insist the user to press go, you can simply use this application for. You can simply use this icon for that intimation. If I press next, you can see an XML file being created here. So this XML file contains the code for the thing. Like this is the path. This is the path for the view that we have created. So let me change the theme to white so it is visible. See, I think the icon is visible here. So here the code, these codes make this icon, right? These codes make this icon, and this is what the drawable contains. Drawable contains all the visual, all the images, or all the things that you are going to display in your application will be available in this drawable. And here's the layout. All those screens what you're designing. Like if I press right click on it and press new layout resource, so we can see like activity login. If I press activity login and press in OK, created with a simple window. This is a simple constraint layout window, and you can see whatever you can create, how many of your screens you make, like login, main, sign up, everything, whatever things the application you're creating needs, you can create in this layout folder. And mip map. So mip map contains the launcher icons. So mip map contains the launcher icons responsible for displaying your icon in your launcher. I think I don't know what is a launcher is. You can see various applications install your device in your Android. And here comes the values. So what are values? Values is colors, strings, themes, etc. So colors here. Let me first explain what is a string. So you need to have a wide range of users. Like if you in Tamil Nadu, you can use, if many people use Tamil as their default language. In some other, if you are developing an application in Chinese, means in Chinese they use Chinese as their default device language. Japanese. So the various countries users may use their application their own mother tongue. So we cannot create an application individually for each country, each person, or each language. It is hectic process, right? So for solving it, we are creating a string resource, like string value here. See, you can see string. This is a key. Understand it as a map. It is a key and it is a value. It's a key and it is a value. The key contains this age calc value. So if you are using a Chinese, you are developing for a Chinese device, means you can simply use. We simply create another value, another new string value, string arrange the string. Let it be keep it as a string. I think it is wrong. Even okay. So string.ch. You can simply copy this code, right? You can simply copy the code and paste in between these tags. That's all. And here you can change it to Chinese. Like let me open the Google. 1 minute. You can simply use Google Translate, right? You can simply use Google Translate and translate whatever things you need in your application. Like let me use age call and I'll translate it to Chinese. So I just copy that and I just paste it here. So that's it. Even your application is being used by a Chinese person, your application will automatically change your language to Chinese. So this is the Chinese translation for that age call. So this is a very simple process, right? By simply adding a single file, and we are making our application available to a wide range of consumers. So that is the main mode of this values. So the same thing is for colors also. Like night mode has, now every device has a night mode, right? Night mode, your night mode has a different color, and day, like normal mode, has a different color. So you cannot change, you cannot use an if class for every time. So for that, you can simply create new, like value, and you can choose, like you can see here, night mode. If you add this night mode here, and if it is night, so it will create accordingly. It will, application will automatically take that value when, if the night mode is on. So these are the things that we are going to handle now, and this is a manifest. The main thing is manifest. So you may wonder, see, you can see here application name has changed, right? See, application name has to be app call, but it shows like Chinese. So this is the main reason for using this different various tags. So if I delete it, it automatically changes to age call. So have anyone wondered whether how your Google Play Store identifies whether this application is supported by your device or not? You can see some applications are not supported by your device. Your Google Play Store shows this app is not compatible with your device. How Google knows that this application is not able to function properly in your device is by using this manifest. This is Android manifest. This is available in the manifests folder. So this contains all the things that an application needs. Like if you need to access, if you need a storage permission, we use users permission, write storage, right? Write storage and tag. So this is the Google, or this is the application that this application is going to use, and storage permission. So accordingly, the other applications may respond for this thing. So, and this is the icon. This is the launcher icon for your application, and this is the name of your application that is being displayed in your launcher activity. And round icon is also being provided. Supports RTL. Supports RTL means some people may be left-handed and right-handed usage people also there. So for those people, they may set left-sided mode, right-sided mode. So that can be also available. And the theme and the activities, that these are the activities. You can create as many activities here. So you can see the tag value like main. So main means this is the thing that will be this activity. I'm gonna say this. Main activity will be called when you press the icon, when you press the application from your launcher. From your launch, if you press the application icon, this main activity will be invoked. So these things will be shown here, and that's all for this manifest. So now let's go to the programming side. See, these are the imports that will be managed by your ID. You no need to worry of it. And this is the package like com, example, and age call. This is the name. And here, as I said, R. So the R stands for, the R is an universal constant value, which the value of this R is com.example.age call. If I hover this mouse pointer there, you can see the value here. Like see, com.example.call. So the value of this R is com.example.agecall. So why I am using this R here is this layout folder is located. I think I'm visible. See, if I press on this layout, and I'm going to just open in Explorer. Sorry, I think you cannot see that. Let me paste the URL path here. See, this is the path where the resource layout folder is located. So C users, username, and Android Studio projects, the name of your project, an app, and SRC main resource. So for referencing it to the path, we are using that R. So the path contains R dot the layout dot activity main. So the activity main is the name of the XML file. So if I press the control button, and if I hold on this activity main, you can see an underlined like hyperlink text. If you go to the design screen. So that's all about this basic things on how the ID is. How the ID is. So now we are going to design our application. So before designing the application, you need to know about the layouts. So if you need to carry something, you need a box, right? If you need to carry a bunch of or some utensils like things, you need a bag or you need a box, right? So for containing all these components, we need a box. So we are the box we are using constraint box. So let me show you the layouts. These are the layouts. So these layouts contain and manage how the application has to visible. So if you consider WhatsApp as an example, you can see tab, like it's a frame layout, like it's a constraint layout. Means the constraint layout, this is a constraint layout. Now I'm having a constraint layout here. So I'm going to show you what are the difference between the constraint, linear, frame and things. Let me take constraint layout. Constraint layout is, if I take this text button, text view, I can place it anywhere. I can place it anywhere on the display. I can anywhere. Like I can also thing that is not visible. See, these are the different views of the application. In Pixel 3 Excel device, you can see like this, and different devices you can preview it how your application is going to look like. Like this is a very big device, Pixel C. You can see this output as these very small buttons. So on the main advantage of content layout, and next comes our linear layout. Let me delete this. So linear layout. So linear layout means it will be aligned. It will be aligned accordingly. It is a horizontal linear layout. That means all the buttons or widgets you are placing. See, if I place another button here, it's aligned horizontally. If I paste another button here, see, these things are aligned horizontally, right? So this is the horizontal linear layout. So you cannot place the button anywhere. See, if I place this button here to the top location, right? So this is a linear horizontal layout. So same concept is for linear vertical layout. So linear vertical layout means simply it will be aligned vertically, right? So the same. So this is what a linear layout is. You can see here the hierarchy is linear layout, and you have an inside this linear layout we have buttons. So this is the box that contains all these 4 buttons, right? So the same thing is for frame layout. Is the difference is for frame layout is if we pay, it has some options, like we can expand it and we can change it accordingly. It don't align like linear layout. See, it is being hovered out. See, one on the other, right? So that is the difference between the linear and frame layout. So now for our application, we are going to use simply use a constraint layout, so that it is very easy for us. For our application, we need the user to enter the data, like their name, like their age. For that, we need an input text field, right? So here these much text fields are there. Let me take the plain text and place it here. Right? Let me take the plain text and paste it here. So and we need another button so that we can ask the user to press it. So I'm taking this button here, placing it here. Right, I'm just placing it here, and we are going to show the result. No, we need to show the result. For that, I'm just dragging this and placing it here. So you can see the difference is this edit text has an underline with a placeholder name, and button is here, and the text view. Text view cannot be edited. It is just for showing the result. So I need to change this placeholder value like name to age. So for that, we have a list of attributes here, a wide list of attributes for our component. So we need to change the text value. Okay, text value to age. If I change this text value to age, the value of age is the value of text is changed to age, right? So the same thing, and if I press this, I'm going to say another thing also, the age, name. You can see the ID. ID is the unique thing. You cannot place the same ID for all the components, because for identifying which component is going to be accessed, we use this ID. Let me use like INP. INP stands for input, and age. Let me take INP age. You press OK, it will be changed everywhere. And for button, here it is placed as button 5. Let me choose btn go. Then for text view, let me use it. Let me name it as pxt. Sorry, pxt. What it is result, res. So simple naming itself. You can name it name as you like. So this is a simple application, right? So this is very simple application for very simple Android app for demonstration. So here we are going to now we are going to connect this application with our backend code, right? So here our KT. So application, I think I can't show you the output because I'm connected with my mobile phone. So if you press this run button, you can see I connected my physical device, which is a Realme RMX 1971. So by using the data cable, you can also run run your application by connecting your Android application. If I'm using this emulator, I can't present because it makes my resources very clean. It completes all my RAM usage. So that's why I'm using my physical device. So see, here you can see Gradle build is running. For the first, if you are installing this, if you are installing your Android Studio for the first time, you will be getting many errors like Android Gradle failed, Android build failed, Android Gradle build failed. So don't worry about it. Simply download whatever things it is asking for. Don't hesitate to download, because after, I think the size of Android Studio is nearly 900 MB. After installing your Android Studio, it downloads for about nearly 1.5 GB or something. So leave it. Let it download whatever necessary things it needs, and afterwards we can work on it. So that is the main issue, main problem everyone is facing while creating a new project in your Android application. So now I just created it. So we are going to connect the application. We are going to connect the front end UI with the back end thing. So if I for connecting it, I'm going to declare a val. In the previous session, Kritik has said what is the difference between var and val, right? Var means it is a normal keyword, normal variable which can change its value in the during runtime. Like if I use var pi equals 3.14, but in some part of the program, I'm changing the pi value to pi value to 5.14. So it is programmatically correct, but logically it is not correct, because the value of pi is 3.14, right? So we cannot change the value of pi to 5.14, right? So for making these errors, for making these logical errors solved, we are using val. This pi to val, you can see an error here. So because val cannot be reassigned. So by making this change, you can prevent the code developers from making change to this constant values. So now I'm going to create simply here we have a text view. The name of this component is text view. You can see the code for this XML is, this is the XML code. Okay, this is the XML code. So I forgot to say this tag. This is a tag, edit text, and it contains many properties. You can see an error here, right? So the error is while using your constraint layout, we have 4 dots in the 4 edges. So we need to connect these edges to the system's border. So if we connect it, the error will be solved. Like if I connect here, so after connecting, we can drag anywhere. You can see I can see the margin value like 144 things is being changed. So this 144 will be constant. Even you are using a small device, even if you are using a long device, this 144 will be the constant value. And for button, I'm just with this bar, this view, and connecting it with this thing, connecting it with this, and I'm just lengthening it because the length between this button and the text view is 64. So same thing. So same thing. If we connect like this and like this, and simply we can drag. So I think now all the errors will be gone. So this is the thing while for what we are using this constraint layout. So this is an edit text tag for displaying the edit for getting input from the user, and this is a button, right? This is a button responsible for click operations, and text view is for displaying the result. So now we have text object. So val, let me name it edit text colon edit text equal to find view by id, right? Find view by id, again r dot id dot what the name we mentioned here. See, we have mentioned inph, so simply type inph. Here shows the suggestion. So that's it. We just referenced the component in the design view to the variable in the program. So this input is now edit text, right? So let me again declare val button 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 go variable like button. It's a button equal to find view by id r dot id dot btn go. That's it. Same for text view for txt piw text result colon text view equals find view by id r dot id dot txt result. So that's it. We have referenced all those components into the backend code. Now the thing we need to do is when I press btn go, like button go, I need to check the condition if the entered age is greater than 18 or equal to 18 or less than 18, and print the result accordingly. Now let me show you how the click operation is going to, how can we manage the click operation is button go dot. If you press dot, you can see a lot of suggestions. So click, sorry, you can scroll to this see set click listener, right? You can see different two options here. So let me choose this option like this. So this is the simple option for clicking. If I press this button, this function will be called set on click listener. So the code written between this will be executed. Let me show you print. Let me simply use this print click CLICKAD. Let me run the code and show you the output in this log cat. So this is the log. I think when you are using your Redmi devices, everyone may come across the log report. Let users, company to see the log report. So what is a log? So a log contains all these necessary data, like which time, which error, which portion of the program has run, and what caused the error. All those things will be recorded in this log. Like in flights, you can see that black boxes, right? So same log. So I have, I think I have started the application. If I press the button, See, sometimes it will, you need to restart this logcat. Okay, you can see that I think it is not visible to you. Okay, this is a log window, right? Sorry. Simply use log b. You can use a simple command like log b and wait a minute. Log b and press. You can see this is a log entry, and I'm going to write hello world. Simply simple instance. This is a tag. This is a tag, and let me run the code again. So the compilation time depends on your device's specifications. So that I recommend you to run your device, run your emulator. Not to run your emulator, use your physical device. So now the program has launched successfully. Let me press this button. I don't know why the application is not showing this. Okay, let it be. So if you press the button, it will be executing this code, right? This code will be executed like here. So now we are going to check, we are going to get the answer, get the result from this edit text. So for getting the value from the edit text, we are assigning the value to a variable val input. Let it be input edit text dot sorry edit text dot text. So that's it. So if you use this edit text dot text, it will return the value being entered by the user in this text field. And now we are going to compare the value, right? Compare the value. First, we need to put to integer. So integer. So int dot sorry input dot to string dot to int. If you use like this, the given value will be converted integer. So here you can see it shows an error. So we have converted this to an integer. Now we are the given value is greater than 18, or we are using r, and the given value is equal to 18. So given value, we need to print. We need to set the value. Sorry, we need to use double. So we need to set the value of this text view to txt result dot, we can use text equals you are eligible. Right, this is very simple. Or else the value is not correct, not greater than or equal to 18. Type text result dot text equals you are not eligible. You are not eligible for vote. So if you need another some functionality like how many days to wait, we can simply use wait and simply plus and 18 minus, we are using this value. You're simply using this value, right? Just simply like this and dot toString. ToString is necessary. It's not a problem. So just entering it dot toString will now result. If the entered value is greater than 18, it will print you are eligible. It will change the text value to eligible, or else it will print wait this much years for voting. So I think I cannot show this preview. How can I show the preview? 1 minute, I'll show the preview with an image. Now let me enter the age as 17 and I press this button. Let me send. Give me a minute, I will show the output. So the output is not available. Let me. So if you run this program, you will be seeing the output because my emulator is not working properly. So that's the thing. So this is a simple backend code. If you run this application, you will be getting this. Like see, this is the preview what you will be seeing when you run this program. See, you can simply see age button text view like this. So and if I enter the age here and I press this button, you can see that you are not eligible for voting and wait for the years you need to get 18. So this is a very simple application. So this is a simple Android application. You can also use this for testing for running in your device. So for after completing all your production work, all your application development work, you can simply compile this application to an APK by simply going to this build and build bundle or APK and build APKs. So if you press build APKs, it will be loading, like it will be compiling, building, Gradle build running. After completing all those build processes, your APK file will be your friends, or you can also distribute your application to stores like Amazon store. I think no one knows about Amazon store, right? Amazon has an app store for it's a free of cost. So you can also choose that platform. Also, you can make your application available in your Amazon app store. Not Play Store is not the only source for exposing application. You can also use Amazon App Store for as an alternative for Play Store for distributing application. So this is the basics and using Kotlin. So that's all for this. If you have any doubt, you can ask in chat, or else you can wind up the session. I think no one has doubt, so we can wind up the session.
Yes, Karan, that was really a wonderful session. I think that any doubts? I think so. So we can wind up this.